Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. The end of Season 6 is here, and it is a biggie. We are playing the Ashes Down Under. Somewhere that we drew 2 apiece back in 2025 in this save. But England have not won since the sprinkler of Graham Swan, Matt Pryor, Chris Tremlett running rampage in 2010-11. We also want to take a look at copy off runs Div 1. And notice that the outstanding points are number 1 batter in ODI cricket and number 1 team in ODI cricket at the end of the world. End of the world, end of the season. We now find ourselves just 3 mere points behind India in the ODI rankings. And with the bat, we've dropped down. We've got Sold and Mayer at 10 and 11. But we've got an outstanding opportunity. We've got a warm-up for the Ashes like no other. We've got 2 tests against Zimbabwe. 3 one-dayers, which hopefully we can go and beast and get a load of points. And then we go for a one-day series where we play the second 20 over international twice apparently, a 3-day warm-up, and then the Ashes, followed by what may be the most important series of the save. If we beat Australia in Australia, we could go number 1 in the world in T20 cricket. Test World Championship still looking good. We're a one-time winner. We just lost to India in the final last time around. But I want to touch on our ODI form because that is the key. This is every format. Oh, sorry, this is ODI format, and actually our win percentage has dropped down. But look at our results when it comes to winning series, which is important. Out of the last island through to Pakistan, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we've won 8 of the last 9 series. That's phenomenal. And we play against Zimbabwe, we play against Australia. Australia we beat 2-1 at home last time we played them. And talking about the Ashes and the form, well, we hadn't lost a series at all until we lost to India in the Test World Championship final. Test series of 1, so we lost that. But that's the only series that we've lost the entire save. Our T20 form is mixed. Mixed. We started off alright, we won the T20 World Cup, and then we've fallen off a cliff. Just getting ready for our test series, I just want to have a look at the opener situation. So this is across the last 3 years. And we've done a conveyor belt at the top of the order. Ben Duckett mainstay, averaging 48, 11 centuries. That is phenomenal numbers. He's top scored in the match 19% of the test matches that he's played in. 100 every 16% of his innings. Those are worldly numbers. That 16% is better than Steve Smith, Joe Root, Kane Williamson in real life, just FYI. And then we've gone through all, we've gone through Crawley, we've gone through Haynes. We've seen some success that all of them have scored hundreds, but the batting average is really poor. So I guess what we're looking for is first class cricket openers who are scoring a shed loads of runs. And we've got a couple that come to name. Zach Crawley's still doing relatively well for himself. If we go back a year as well, Ali Orr was at the top, but we've given Orr a go. And Rishi Patel was there a year ago, and we've given him a go. Edmonds was there last year, but this year, Edmonds, again, 24 years old, average of 38 from 49 matches, but average of 46 this year, 44 the year before. Knowles is there, 25 years old. 54 average this year. Those numbers are quite exceptional. And 46 the year before that. So I think we need to make the move. And if we look at just Tom Haynes, average of 34, it was against Pakistan. 340 runs isn't that bad. He top scored in one of the matches as well, because when he scored big runs, he got big runs. His strike rate was good. Balls per outs, 18% worse than the matches that he played in. It may be a harsh move, but it is one we are going to make. And we did have the whole issue with, hey, everyone keeps getting injured bowling-wise. So Greatwood is going to come back into the team. West is going to be the backup spinner. So Crawley is going to tour as backup opener. Brodie is going to tour as a backup middle order player. Whether I could bring him into the test team is another thing, because his record has been okay in other formats, but averaged 67 this year in the championship, 70 the year before, 50 the year before that. Maybe I'm talking daft and he's going to get the start. But when it picks its own team, it doesn't even pick a Ben Duckett. And it's quite a reasonable looking lineup for us, to be fair. Price, Atkinson, Lamridge and Greatwood. We're back to our best bowling unit. Tom Price has been exceptional this year. 44 wickets at 20. Got to be his best year. Yeah, bowling average of 18.64 is his best by a long way. His economy rate's down on the previous 2 years, and his strike rate has gone through the roof in the right direction. Brodie's going to come in and bat at 6. Yeah, he's going to bat at 6. K, Mayer, Rue at 5. Knowles coming in for test debut. Rocky Flintoff from his 4 games has dropped down and dropped out. An 84 not out was pretty good, but there was a lot of low scores in there. Average 45 in the Champo this year, 49 the year before. So there's a future there, and he is incredibly young, 22 years old. The Crow's still averaging 48 in Test cricket. I just keep picking people over him, and I don't know why. I was crying out for him at one stage, but we moved on, and poor guy's probably been, he's got all the support on social media because of mistreatment. But we should win this game. 93% win percentage on 200 simulations. Win 234 runs. Some good stuff. Some good stuff in this game. Ben Duckett with 129. Test match 100 number 21. He's been on a little bit of barren form actually in Test match cricket, Ben Duckett, compared to what we've seen throughout the 6 seasons we've played. Brodie had a very, very good Test match. 76 in his first innings, looked like the real deal. 154 balls, not much difficulty going on, and really strong through the offside. Like to see it. The first 3 days were a write-off in terms of a little bit of rain, but mostly overcast. We took a reasonable lead thanks to some good bowling from Tom Price, who picked up another 4-fer, and then day 4. End of day 3, it kind of settled down a little bit. James Rue again, another century. Knowles with a decent debut. 17 and 49. I'm going to take it. Runs around. I don't know what this red line's doing over there with the 6 over the slips. That's probably an edge. James Rue with another century as well. His form is fantastic for us. Scores runs regularly. 16 Test match centuries to him. And then we bowl them out for 2-6-4. Really easy. Landridge 4. Rian Ahmed 4. It's what you expect playing against Zimbabwe. I guess the thing that I'm struggling with is, one, Gus Atkinson is now out injured, which means Ollie Robinson comes into the team, something I don't really want to do. But I just love one of the batters to score big. We don't feel like we score many really big scores on this game. Win easy. It's 11 wickets for Greatwood in the game, a 5 for 42, a 6 for 32. And we defend 361 to win by an innings and 41. It's quite easy in the end. Batting wise, slightly disappointing. Knowles with 57 looked good again. Runs. Hey, where's your V? Don't know how to score in the V, but strong square of the wicket. Mayer with a century. His Test match form, it's getting there, isn't it? There's 4 centuries in that last period. Average is 44, but there's still a lot of scores of getting in and getting out. Same with K. Reasonably good here. But an average of 46, only 5 centuries. I would like more than that. We win the series 2-0. It doesn't really mean much. We're still a very good team. James Rue up to 900 career points. I would love to be able to see career points in this to see how they're actually going. But he's going really well. Rian Ahmed still number 1 in the world. Price 3, Greatwood 4. I like a little bit of that. Then the big part of playing in Zimbabwe, we've got to go and win this series. This year people are looking quite good. Mayer and Kay looking good. Salt's looking excellent. There is the drop off of Ben Duckett, which is a great concern for me considering how good he's been. And we're also going to be doing it without Gus Atkinson, who's out injured. We're definitely getting better at this format. 13 series win, 9 defeats. I like our trajectory here. We just can't afford a slip up. The last 2 series we've lost actually is against South Africa at home and South Africa away, which is actually season 3 Sri Lanka loss. So 2 series lost in ODI cricket in the last 3 years. But we're relatively settled. Pears and Ash has given us that consistency. Greatwood coming in to open the bowling against Hanlon, who's averaging 50, but comes in with much promise. 64 wickets at 24 and 40 at 15 this year in the Championship and T20 competitions. Young player, but potentially show us enough. We're a 4.5-star rated team. We should win games like this, but I hate assuming somehow we get 277, but it's not pretty. There's a lot not to like about it. Duckett, I tried to bat really aggressive, 77 off 110. That's not his best innings. Kay gets to 100, but he was slovenly, really slovenly, until we got to, I think it was here, one of the overs, 49th over, he went massive. and started penciling the ball everywhere. 4-4-4-6-4. He went from 80 to 100 very fast. Also handling 20 from 4 deliveries, 2 4s, 2 6s. Oh, we win by 3 runs. We only just get home. Madavira, 54 of 46 caught us problems. I did Mordizi, and Rianame picked up 5. But this was incredibly tight. Zimbabwe way ahead of the game. You can see our run rate there, how it just stagnated throughout the innings. But it was late wickets. Late wickets got us across the line. 2 in the last over when they needed 8 to win. Oh, we needed it. We've got to keep winning these games. But, was joint points. Got to see a little bit more with the bat. Also, Greatwood going at 7.26 and over is concerning. Got a Langridge on the bench, but it's 1-0 out of 3. Let's see if we can rock up and win the series. Win by 7 wickets. They get 2-4-1. Bowling, good stuff. Ash and Pears, look at the economy rates. When they are on, they change the game. We're no longer trying to chase 350, which we have never done in this series. Ahmed and Greatwood, equally exceptional. Ben Duckett does get going this innings, 108. Much needed. His ODI form has been sketchy, and now he has 11 ODI centuries to his name. Pick up the win. Stay level with India. We both move up a point, interestingly enough. Also, has Ben Duckett in those world rankings? Is he starting to climb? He may be, but he's in 35th. And the reason it's going on is because India are 2-0 up against Australia, playing in parallel. They play against Australia next in the third one-dayer. All we can do, which they go and win. So they sweep them 3-0 and go a point ahead of us. We've got to win this game. I'm just going to take handling out and go with a Langridge Greatwood opening bowling partnership. In fact, we dropped down. Now lose by 5. Batting was woeful. Literally everyone got in, got out as soon as we tried to move the needle. It didn't work. We lose the series. We're now 3 points behind India. It's not where we want to be. And for the T20 series, the only changes we're going to make here is Atkinson's out. So Topley is coming in for a rare game. We win. Bowl them out for 81. Bowling does the trick. Pears 4 for 7 going at 3 and over. His economy rate in his career is ridiculous. A 6.99. Ash 3 for 21. A T20 international career 6.99. I've said the same guy. They've got the same. They're both at 6.99. We knock it off easy. Barry with 42 off 19. Is Barry an international cricketer? We're trying to make him that way. We really are. 25 games, an average of 27, strike rate of 127. That's not bad for us. Oh, I don't know how we've won that. We needed 4 off the last over and we went wicket. Appeal for catch behind. Played and missed. LBW appeal out. Terrible innings, Jack Haynes. Rian Ahmed finishes the job. They get 168. It's good for us to knock off 168, but they went off like an absolute train here. They were on fire. Our bowlers were getting hammered, but Rian Ahmed going at 6s. Ash going at 6s. Win the series 2-0. We're still an average, that's being kind, T20 team. Oh, win with a 4 or 6 off the last ball. I'll take that. So here we go. The biggie. 3 T20 internationals are almost there. We're almost at the big point. We go unchanged for the first T20 against Australia. They are by far the superior team. Not a bad effort. They get 209. Way too good. Every bowler went around the park. Every batter got in and scored at a decent rate. But with the bat, I actually quite like this. Salt, 59 off 36. Duckett going at a 147 strike rate. Jack Haynes going at a 281 strike rate. We lost, but there is stuff to like in a series that deep down we know we don't really have a cat in hell's chance of winning. Phillips is going to change for Crow. You can't live on a 105 strike rate, man. Yep, not bad last over that. 4 wickets, no runs. We score 162. Crow comes in and bags 58. 4 off the last ball to win. Australia don't get home. We win a game. Good performance, 162. They're 159 for 8. Pears and Ash, when those two boys are on fire, it's working. Topley's had a relatively good series with 4 for 32. It's 1 apiece. We've got a chance of winning a series. And some relatively good strike rates going on from our team to say we're generally quite low. Langridge is causing me concern, but luckily for us, we've got Gus Atkinson back. At long last, we've missed you, Gussie. First ball back since injury, Atkinson with the wicket. Match abandoned. We were about to win. We just bowled them out for 88. Reece Topley ran through the top. Atkinson picked up 2 in the power play. Lovely stuff from the team. And it rained. We draw, split the series 1 apiece. Ben Duckett ranked number 5 in the world in T20 cricket. Don't know how that works. Gus Atkinson 1, Rian Ahmed 2, but our world ranking is terrible. It's time to go for the Ashes. Can we emulate the team that won in 2010-11? Our form here in Test cricket would tell us yes. Remember, we toured at the start in season number 2 and we drew 2-2 away from home. We've got to go better than that. I do just want to call out that I've got this ranking system, and it works out the batter and bowler rankings for each year, and then the ranks here are done on a 3-yearly weighted average. So your current year's worth 100, year before 75%, year before 66%, year before that 33%. Rian Ahmed has won 7 MVP awards for bowling for our team. He's won the Test one in 2027. He's a 2-time MVP for bowling in ODI cricket, 4-time in T20 cricket, and then he's won some overall awards as well. But what I want to touch on is Ben Duckett, who has been the best batter 3 years in the save. That's quite phenomenal. Also, throughout the save, now we're picking our Test team, Mayer, since he's moved to number 3, has been very good. He's averaged 49, so that's that slot nailed down. Number 4 has been K. He's averaging 55 at that slot, nailed down. Number 5, Jimmy Rue, averaging 50. The Crow averaging 55 in that slot. So 2 good options there. But number 6, we were actually a better team when we had Rue at 6 and Crow at 5, which is interesting. But Brodie's coming in average 43. Can we get a solid series out of K, who's averaged over 40 every year? He's been his strike rate, every year, and he's at an in and out of sort of time. Can we get Mayer converting, averaging 49 this year, 42 the year before that? If we look at his stats, Mayer, 9% of his innings equate to a century. Crawl is better, Rue's better, Root's better, Duckett is better. But no one top scores in a match more often than Ben Duckett's 18%. And FYI, someone was asking about Jimmy Anderson. He's retired. He's not even on the list for us to be able to pick. If you want to know what happened to Ollie Pope, well, he's averaging 77 this year, 35 the year before that, 41. So he's a really good county cricketer, putting up some exceptional numbers at time. And Harry Brook, averaging 52, 48, 54 the year before that. But in top cricket, never quite did it for us. West is out injured, actually. Does mean we need a backup spinner. We've looked at Tim's a couple of times. 77 wickets at 28. But just not got the longevity. Liam Patterson-White had an exceptional year. 80 at 22. But there's years averaging over 30. How long's West out for? 13 days. That's actually probably okay. The only thing I'm not sure about this team, whether it's Crow or Brodie. We gave Brodie those Test matches averaging 38, but they were against Zimbabwe. Crow has been relatively consistent when he's played. He's played against a plethora of teams. He only averaged 28 against Australia, but only played 1 game. We're going to warm up against a team where everyone's making their debut. Match drawn, but it's a good match drawn for us. We get some runs on the board. Mayer with 70, K with 93. The Crow comes in and scores 100. Tom Price with 59. I like that. With the ball, we look solid. Everyone picking up wickets. And then we decided, could have been forced to follow on. No, we're going to have another back. Zach Crawley, 72. Has he done enough to take over from Knowles at the top of the order? Some starts. James Rue, 100. And he's really good at accelerating, James Rue. When he's in and he gets past 50, I quite often just push him up a little bit. And it works out okay. So it's a huge end to the episode. A huge end to the season, the Ashes, followed by one-day stuff. We're top of the world, but we've not won in Australia. And then can we overtake India in the final series of the episode? And we do make the difficult call to go with Crawley, who's been in and out. This Australian team has got a lot of change. Rogers and Bennett, Hardy, Davis, Pereira, Sutherland, Mark, Buckingham. Some of their bowling averages are not great. Can we cash in? That's outstanding. We take a 46-run lead. but we were 9 for 179, and Greatwood and Landridge just put on 142. 71 apiece. Top scored, no one else got 50. James Rew got close, tried to bat too aggressively at the start, and it kind of just knocked us on the head a little bit. Riley Mark, 25 years old, he picks up 5 for 113, 192 wickets at 30 in Test cricket. So we take a lead, and it's still pretty tight. And we bowl them out for 255. Rian Ahmed, 5 for 59. Absolutely key. Gets Labuschagne, Green, Hardy, Davis, takes out the engine room. Landridge with 4. We need 210 to win on a pitch that's doing bits in good conditions, and we win 85% of the time. Did that 85% include Zach Crawley getting out first over? We do it. We don't do it easy. We win by 5 wickets. Duckett with a well-made 79, a really slow 79, but James Rew, 69 of 199. Rian Ahmed, cool, calm like your mom, takes us home. 1-0 up in Australia. The people staying up till midnight are just starting to believe there's an opportunity here that England could go and do it. Crawley's going to get another test. I actually feel like Tom Haines would be an exceptional player in real life on these wickets. 3-2-9. Kay steps up 87, but again, early wicket. Xavier Bartlett's caused us problems in this series. I can't remember which Ashes series it was, but he ran through us with like 6, or it might have been a World Cup. 6 for 50. I think that was against us. But average is 36, but does well against us. James Rew with another 50. Just holding the team together in the middle of the innings. It's a pretty tight game so far. Take a lead, but only 64. They bat reasonably well. Labuschagne got starts, Hardy and Davis got 50s, but wickets spread around again. We had them 5 for 199, so we actually made some good inroads because they were 4 for 199 at one stage. Rian Ahmed rolled through the back end. 2 stumps, Xavier Bartlett and Sutherland back to back. Predictors liking us a little more now. Win by 255. It's a big innings. We ended up declaring there was good knocks. Duckett with 70, Kay with 90, Crow with 80, Rew with 47. Big partnerships around this middle of the innings gave us about a 500 run lead, and we bowled them out in 83 overs. Atkinson with 5 for 49. Wickets spread around his various spells, and it takes us 2-0 up. And Knowles is in for Crawley. Still leaves us about 4 3/4 stars. And they bring in Aldred for debut. Rolled for 196. James Rew was 60. Tom Price with 57. But just a mixture of wicket takers. Mark with a couple, Bartlett and Bartlett. Rolling through us. We're backs against the walls here. Favourites Australia. Oh, we're in a mess. 4-4-9 they get. Runs spread around. Bennett 87. Good opening partnership of 98. Got him off to a good start. Cameron Green with 87. Aldred on test debut. 23 years old. First class average of 47. Averaging 85 this year. 59 the year before that. He bats beautifully. Didn't really look like getting him out. Smashed by 7 wickets. We get 3-5-6. We get rolled early doors. We're 3 for 67. We're 4 for 83. Crow bats well for 60, but middle order, no one's going on. Price and Atkinson got us a little bit out of jail, and they knocked them off with relative ease. 7 wickets is actually a really big. What do we do at the order? Knowles has come in and failed. Do we try Tom Haines? Are we that sort of guy? Also, slightly concerning if we look at the bowlers this series. Greatwood has been incredibly poor. So's Price. Just Rian Ahmed, the shining light. It is hard to take wickets. Mayer averaging 10 with the bat this series. Can you step up? It's 2-1 after 3. Chance to win the Ashes down under. Do you want it? Lead by 146 after 2 innings. We declare on 5-6-2. Ben Duckett with 160. Tom Haines comes in and scores 80. Hey, Tom Haines averaging 38. Third choice opener, and we're in the 4th test match. But he's coming in and scored some runs. That's fantastic. May with a well-made 85. Actually a decent strike rate for him. Strike rate is 64. He scores at a 45.6 strike rate quite commonly. James Rew with his usual, hey, I'm going to bat with the tail, and I'm going to do it really, really well. Test match century number 17 for James Rew. Runs down the order, and we bowled him out for 4-1-6. Bennett's having a fantastic series. 27 years old, 8 test match centuries, 41 average. And Cam Green, who is now 30 years old, averages 46 with 17 test centuries, does really well. But Rian Ahmed is phenomenal with the ball. We've got 146 lead. Day 3, session 2. I think bat a session and then look to accelerate. End of day 3, it's a 230 run lead. The draw's 1%. Okay, we get rolled for 230. Tom Price top scores. His batting is brilliant this series. Look at that. He's actually got a test match average of 25, but this year averaging 28, 450s to his name. It does like us. We're in the second session, halfway through, on day number 4. It's erratic bounce, and predictor is us 90% of the time. But we've got to find a way to get Bennett out. End of day 4. They need 226 to win. We've got a wicket. We've got to get Marnus Labuschagne out. They win 4.5% of the time. We get him. 116 he scores. It's a huge innings. Nicks off. They need 127 to win. And their percentage is on the rise. As we take the new ball going into the next session, this is a big one for Atkinson and Greatwood. Aldred's on 77. And he's gone for 94. Greatwood, blonde. Got him. LBW traps him. 80 to win. It's game on. We've won the Ashes Down Under. 3-2-6. It's a great game of cricket. Labuschagne with a fired-in 100. Aldred goes for 97. Pereira 47. Greatwood picks up 6 for 83. He needed it on what's been a quiet tour. But it's a spell of bowling towards the end that will be talked about for the ages. 3-1 up against Australia after 4. We lose the last one as they knock off 383 for 4. And Brasher plays one of the great Ashes test innings, 186 in the 4th innings. The pitch was good. Lots of played and missed catchable shots, LBW appeals, but 79 strike rate. Butchers our attack. His first test match century from 15 innings is phenomenal. It's a game I thought we should win. Tom Haynes came in and scored 100, 250s for James Rue. We only had that chance because Greatwood and Landridge did great things with the bat. So we win the series 3-2. But I think there's a little bit to unpick here before we get to probably the biggest ODI series of all time, because it could mean we're number 1 in the world at the end of the season. James Rue, phenomenal, average 63, 6 scores above 50. Duckett, average 46. Price, 46. Crowe, we've hit a snag here, haven't we? Crowe, 29. K, 28. Mayer, 21. Our batting lineup, half of it didn't show up. Rian Ahmed, 29 wickets at 16 was great. Bowling lineup, not very good in Australia. For Australia, Cam Green was brilliant. So was Bennett. I had problems getting him out. Brasher scored runs at the end. You could make a call saying they performed better than us in this entire series. Well, Test Championship as well. We're just outside the top. But we are an exceptional Test team. If we got the number 1 batter in the world, James Rue up to 3rd. Yeah, man, this kid, he's got talent in real life, but on the game, he is phenomenal. And Rian Ahmed, number 1 Test bowler in the world. ODI series. We're 2 points behind India, and we need the ODI battery of the world at the end of the season, which Matt Kay is in 13th, is the closest we've got. Mayer 17th, Salt 18th. Ben Duckett had a good last series, but was down in around 30th, but he's in 40th. So I don't think we're going to get that. But this is the best opportunity we've had to try and win and be number 1 in the world in ODI cricket. In ODI cricket, our batting average has slowly been coming down per year, and our strike rate has been coming down per year. The reason we're a good team all of a sudden is our strike rate is down to 29, the best it's been. Our economy rate is now at 4.7, and our bowling average is heading in the right direction time and time again. We beat them away 3-2 in season number 3 after the Ashes last time around, and we're 2-1 against them in series. Can you go and do it? Can you be number 1? Are you going to make any changes to the team? Interesting. We've got Crowe who could come in for Knowles. Is the change. Mayer's got to be the man. He's supposed to be the best in the world. Warm-up game. Prime Minister's 11. Win big. 378. Mayer with 141. Warm-up's gone well. Off 111 deliveries. That'll be his best score of all time. Yes, his average is 57 in his career in this format of the game. Duckett with another 100. 15 to his name, an average of 43 is brilliant. Bowling was reasonably good. Lots to like about that as a warm-up game. Knowles 26 off 14 as well. I quite like that down the back end of the innings, trying to get on with it. So here we go. 3 games. Can we become the number 1 team in the world? That is the question. Now, which one of those is the better batting conditions? We win. Good performance. We knock off 260, which is even better. Travis Head with 87 for them. And unfortunately, Hard work down the back end of the innings, but wickets spread around. Economy rates under control. They went off like a train, but we managed to pull it back nicely. Some good performances around the middle overs is what we've seen, which has been the biggest change of the team. And Knowles gets it done. 77 off 66 balls to take us home to victory. His best score in ODI cricket. 54 for Mayer. 1-0 up. 1 point behind India. And Brasher comes in for them. Full off. Huge score in the Ashes. Match abandoned. We get 196. It's overcast. It's doing bits. And we don't do our bits very well. O'Neill 5 for 36. Good performance from him. 99 wickets at 30 now. And we've got them 41 for 3. So this is game on at this stage. But match abandoned. What does that do for the world rankings? 1 point behind India. I'm positive there's a bonus point for winning the series. 1 bonus point for winning the series. So if we win this game and win the series, in theory, we've just knocked off another challenge. Look at the economy rates of the bowlers. 4, 4, 4, 4. It's why we're in this game and we can deal with these high averages and low strike rates. We've done it. We've won the game. We've done it off a massive thick edge for 4. I'm going to take it. I've got no choice. But Pairs edged. It looks like a good shot to me. We get home. They get 2, 4, 5. I thought it was going to be less because our bowling was phenomenal. Pairs 10 overs, 1 for 19. He's now got an economy rate of 4.26 in one-day international cricket. Such a good performance. The last over went for 20 though. That was a problem. Greatwood 6, 4, 4, 6. Meant we were chasing more than we want. Mayer steps up, goes big, scores 100. He's almost got as many ODI hundreds as he has Test match hundreds, averaging 57. And Knowles and Pairs get us across the line. We win the series. ODI batters. Mayer up to 9th. Test match number 1. T20 7th. And ODIs. We didn't gain any points. And when you thought it was done, there is one more series left. We're 1 point behind India. We're off to Sri Lanka. 2 tests, 3 tests, 3 one-dayers, 3 T20 internationals. Oh, the excitement. And then the come down. But we've got to go win this. We've got to keep ourselves in contention for the Test World Championship. And we've got to keep heading in the right direction. Tom Haines, fresh off good Ashes form, is out injured for 3 weeks. Wow, we've been mauled in Sri Lanka. 160 runs. There's been a lot of big victories, but all of them when we are doing the winning. Unfortunately, 160 runs falls just here. That means Australia beat us more than that. Pakistan beat us more than that. It's our 3rd largest defeat of all time. They bat well without batting great. 3-5-7, just consistent runs throughout. This Sri Lankan team's caused us problems many of occasions. Nisanka didn't score the runs, but we've played against them before. Top scores runs. Madushka with 112. Price with 8 for in the game, but disappointing from Gus Atkinson overall. First innings we get rolled. Second innings we offer some resistance, but lose 1-0 down. Zach Crawley's out. Tom Haines is back in because Crawley's come in averaging 16. I've chopped and changed with him after he did really well, and I've basically ruined him. That's a better performance. 2-4-4 all out. 4 for Price, 4 for Ahmed. They get it done. It's all back end Billy here. Wickets come in all towards the end. We take wickets, we take them fast, put ourselves in a good position. The predictor likes us. But the batting, I don't know where it's got to. 205 all out. Top 6 gone. 5 for 69, 6 for 75. Rian Ahmed 67 and Gus Atkinson 45. Get us out of a hole. But this guy, Dilshan Madushkanga, that's a few letters in there are wrong. 221 wickets at 34. He rips through us. And it's going to be 3-3-8 to win. They get 299, highest score of the game. Does it mean the pitch is getting better, or does it mean our bowlers are just going around the park? Atkinson going at 4s, Langridge at 5.18. Rupashinga goes and scores a century, 1 LBW appeal, 1 played and missed, 136 balls. It's a very, very good innings. And he's caused us problems throughout. 5 test matches he's played against us, 3 centuries, 3 50s, an average of 78. 3-3-9 a win. It's a Sri Lanka game. And we win. 339 for 1. Duckett and Haynes, 208 run partnership. I was just thinking, Duckett just owes us a couple in Test cricket. He's been in a little bit of poor form. Test match century number 23. Tom Haynes suffered a couple of injuries, but has come back into Test cricket. Well, come back in. He's got 2 centuries to his name. He's now played 8 tests, averaging 49. He's genuinely the opener. It's 1 apiece. Just some concerns about the bowling, actually. Gus Atkinson's averaging 35 this year, and Landridge 34. Maybe it's not quite as just locked down as I would like it to be. Greatwood, 56 at 23, I'm surprised by. Tom Price and Rian Ahmed are the 2, just consistently, plus the batting. Could do with winning the toss. We've lost the toss twice so far. Let's win the toss and have a bat. That's what we're going to do. It's not good. 220 all out. Top score, Gus Atkinson. Kay and Mayer gave us a little bit of stability. But James Rue, for how good he has been for us, averaging 52, in this series has been woeful. And we're in a mess. We're going to lose. We lost the series to India 1-0 World Test Championship final, but this is the actual first series loss we're going to have. Rupa Singh, 100 again. Just incredible form when he's playing against us, essentially. But we don't know how to get him out. Is what's happening at the end of the day. 4 centuries, averaging 81, 811 runs. Kumadu with 100 as well. Runs down the order. We can't get them out. They score at a ridiculous rate, almost 5 and over. Look at the vast difference that's going on. Predictors all over them. The bubble has burst on Test cricket. We lose by an innings and 20, 265 all out. Kay with 65, Haynes with 50. Just incredibly poor. We lose a series, which is something we don't do. Rian Ahmed, not number 1 in the world, something that hasn't happened for a long time. And if we just look at the absolute monstrosity of a batting lineup that turned up, Haynes averaged 76. Duckett averaged 34, but only had 1 innings that was meaningful. Mayer averaged 34, 150. Kay averaged 29. These guys are supposed to be our be-all and end-all. And if we look at how they've gone this year, Duckett averaging 40, Mayer 40, Kay 40. I kind of expect better. Price 27, Haynes 46. The Crow was poor, Brodie poor. And with the ball, Tom Price, fantastic. Rian Ahmed 9 at 37. Maybe, 25 years old. He's 25 years old and he's already got 286 Test wickets. Quite incredible. We lose the series. And this is it. This is the big one. Win this. I believe we are going to be the number 1 ranked team in the world. Crow's coming out the squad. You're carrying drinks and you're not providing much value, mate. I think I'm just going to give Brodie a little call up in one-day cricket. Huge contest. ODI, 3 points behind India. Can we go and beat Sri Lanka? 100% record has been decimated by India and Sri Lanka in Test cricket. But it's ODI time. And this is the trajectory we are on. We've won 6 series straight. We've beat India away. Against Sri Lanka, well, we lost 2-1 away. Lost 2-1 at home and won 2-1 away last time we played in Season 4. And it's going to be pretty much an unchanged team. We've got guys batting reasonably well in the competition. Jimmy Rue, slightly off form. So, good. Duckett. Are we seeing the deep decline of Ben Duckett, age 35, one of the best white ball players we've ever produced, averages 46, rounding up 1. But we're going to do it. We're a team that was built on batting, is now built on economy rate of Pears and Ash, a 4.29 economy rate when the team goes at 5.52 overall, 4.28 for Pears. It's good, but we're going to bat. Can the batting live up to it? Can it thrive? Predictor, it likes Sri Lanka. We go good. 304 for 7. It was looking dire at 2 for 25, but Mayer and Kay. Mayer drop catch, but 104 strike rate for 131. We needed it. We needed it big. The man averages 55 in this format of cricket. Mayer with 89 off 89. It's a run of ball for a guy with a low strike rate. Career of 81, but an average of 58. It gives us an opportunity. Win by 25. 279 all out. It was going down to the death, but wickets galore at the end. Atkinson and Greatwood get it done. Nissanka with 50. It was a good performance. They even took hold of Pears who went at 7s, but we did enough. Ahmed 1 for 80. but we're 1-0 up. We're now still 2 points behind India. Oh my days. How do we get points on this game to go over them? Smashed. 166 for 9. Top order. There's a few starts, but there was just consistent wickets. No one got a score. They bowled incredibly well, and we were just up against it. 167 for 1. It makes it really tight. 3 points behind India. 1 game to go. I don't think we're going to get there. Change. Knowles out. Brody in. The Sri Lankan team, the batting, just really causes us problems every time. Oh, we've won. I think that might be the biggest run chase we've had. They get 315. Rupa Singh, 120 off 103. We just can't get the guy out. He averaged 10 one-day internationals from 86 games, an average of 45. Incredible specimen. Our bowling has been woeful in this series. And I was like, when we were 2 for 59, I was like, we are done. Mayer and Kay both out. We are done. Brody, 143 off 96, a 149 strike rate. Just his 4th one-day international, his first international century, goes and does it. We win the game. We win the series 2-1. A series which you've got to say we weren't great in. Kay averaged 59, Brody heaps, Mayer a few, Rian Ahmed 41. But with the ball, we lost control. Greatwood went at 409, which is unusual for him. And we end the season still 2 points behind India, 104 points. And K in number 11 is in the batting ratings. A T20 form has been on the rise as well. It's not been quite as bad since this bit where all we could do is lose. And a little bit of a rearrange around the batting lineup. Jack Haynes has done a good job for us here. Some of the strike rates are definitely up on where we were. Will Smeed, we did play him in 16 games. He had a 137 strike rate. Not bad. But his domestic stuff, a 179 strike rate with 1,000 runs this year is exceptional. 184 the year before. Gonna try and get something out of him. Barry keeps plodding along. Lost by 6 wickets. We get 134. Barry was pretty good, 158 strike rate for his runs. Middle order blown out the water, just trying to survive, and they're 136. And Rupa Singh, 65 off 52. Apparently he can score runs against us in any format. Where's this Sri Lanka team? In Test match ratings, they're 6th. ODI ratings, they're 3rd. T20s, they're 4th. And they're a good outfit. Landridge, going at 9s this year. I'm going to make the change, and Hanlon is going to be the guy that came in. We gave Hanlon a debut in ODI cricket. 23 years old, average 44. But his domestic form, 47 wickets at 15. Great economy rate of 7.32. Good strike rate. Hey, look, you've lost a game and you start tinkering with your team again. Lose by 7. We get 156, slightly better. Haynes, Ahmed, Atkinson, the only people turning up. Will Smeeds had a poor return to the team so far. They knock them off. There's a little bit of rain, but they do it quite easily. And Sanka, the other Sri Lankan that always scores runs against us, getting it done. We win a game. 134 for 7 they are. We restricted them well. Hanlon 3 for 21. 2 in the power play. He looks like he's going to be a player for us for quite a while in this format. Really happy what they've done. 7.57 economy rate in a series where we struggled with the bat. Barry, Salt, got it done. It was just a case of getting across the line. So we lose 2-1 as we finish the episode in an interesting position. Just 2 points behind India on the ODI chart. So we're not quite there. And we've got a long way to go to get the best batter in the world in ODI cricket. Ben Duckett, number 2 in T20s. Best bowlers in the world, Rian Ahmed, number 2 in Test cricket. 1 Gus Atkinson in ODI cricket and 1 Rian Ahmed in T20 cricket. It's been a beefy episode. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back next episode where I think we've got a World Cup. This series will end when I think after the next ODI World Cup. So we've got about 2 seasons left. We'll see you then.